All right, so this next little thing, we're going to do the name of it works. And what I wanted to do here, since, you know, a lot of times it's perception, it's a woman's business. I wanted to get a couple of guys that have never been on stage before. So everybody, give it up for the guys that are about to come up. Brian Gibbs, Ryan Western, and J.P.R. Wood.
Okay, everybody can hear me?
Yeah.
Good. So this first little question, we're going to all answer and take a turn at this one. So I'll start this one off. So the first one is, how long did it take you to get on board? And then what was your first aha moment? So for me, I remember clear as day. I was sitting, working at the kitchen table, and Jen came up and showed me Jess's first little post about It Works on Facebook. And she says, hey, I want to do this. I said, that's fine, call up Jess and buy some rounds. She's like, no, I want to do this. And, she had done several marketing, network marketing businesses before that failed. So I was like, well, how much is this going to cost me? And so she told me at the time you could boost and all that $400. And so about a month and a half later, she gave me my $500 initial investment back. And then what really got my attention was that 2-month check where she went emerald and made like $2 grand, like that, in 2 months. So that's what took me that to really get on board, and ever since then it's been non-stop and we haven't looked back. So with that, I guess, Ryan, what's yours?
So Lauren signed up in July or so, and probably about 3 months in, I finally really got on board. I was never against her joining, but I just wasn't, I guess, supportive. So I kind of have a business mind. I work in accounting, so I started reading the comp plan, the product catalogs, everything that I could get my hands on with It Works. And so at that point, I just saw how awesome the products were, and the comp plan was awesome. So I decided to join. I didn't really have one aha moment that made me join. Probably my latest aha moment though was at Green Coffee, and I know a lot of people have said that, but when you see people on stage who are normal people, and you can see yourself up there, because anybody can get up there, that was probably my biggest aha moment so far.
It took me a while to get on board. I was always supportive, but to actually kind of bite and really go that extra mile was probably this past January at the university in Dallas, and it's kind of my same aha moment with having there, watching Pam do the Ruby breakout, and just making it simple. So I am in the military. I like things simple. I like things explained to me simple, and that really made sense to me. That was really simple. You can make it far. You can make it far. Nothing changes. You do this, X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna get everything that you want out of this company. And so.
It took me probably 6 to 8 months to actually jump on board with Brit. I was totally against it. She tried other marketing companies and it just didn't work. So when she said, I want to do this, I was like, I don't think so. I'm glad she did. Even if she stays where she's at for the rest of her life doing what she does, she loves it. She loves changing people's lives. I love seeing her change people's lives. It's changed our lives. my aha moment for actually jumping on board with her was, I want to say it was Green Carpet 2013 when we went. It was 14. We went, and just being surrounded by so many positive people, it is so hard not to just be like, well, we can do this. If they can do it, we can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to step out in faith and just say, I'm not going to make an excuse, and just do it. It's as simple as that. Just do it.
Thank you. This next question is for Ryan, and it's, what do you do to contribute daily to the business, and how do you support your wife?
So, I'm different than a lot of the guys in this business, and I try to work this business just as much as her. I add people on Facebook, I message people, I post Facebook statuses. I try to do it all, but we found a good balance of housework, taking care of the kids, working the business, everything. So, basically, neither one of us get burned out on one thing. So, if she's doing housework, I'm working the business. If I'm taking care of the kids, she's working the business. We found a good balance. And I guess the way that I support her is just being there for her. I think that's the most important thing. So if she's had a bad day, I'm there for her. I'm there with her to try to lift her up. If she's had a great day, I'm there to celebrate those days with her. One of the things that we were challenged to do after Green Carpet was to pray together every night. And that's one thing that we started that has really grown our business and has really grown our relationship. So one of the things that I think that really does for us is it confirms to each other and it confirms to God that we're committed to this business and committed to helping people. So, and I think, being consistent every day, us being able to work the business together really helps us stay consistent, and that's really what this business is about, is every single day.
Thank you. Speaking about Green Carpet, I see you still have your band on. What's that all about?
Well, we decided to leave them on. I actually haven't decided when I'm taking mine off. I think Lauren's going to take hers off when she gets to January.
This next question is for Brian Gibbs. And it's, how do you avoid getting aggravated with Erica? Working on her phone all the time.
I think he summed it up. He answered my question for me. Going to these events, you hear a lot of really moving stories that talk about how this company, the people in this company, it'll change your life, it changes your lifestyle. The thing I don't hear a lot is how it changes your routine. And to me, routine is important. And so being on the phone, it changes our routine, it changes your responsibilities up. And I just have to take a step back, put myself in her shoes. I just finished crossed 18 years with the military. She's been through deployments and mobilizations and moves and really bad jobs. So I try to put myself in her shoes and just go suck it up, rub some dirt on it, walk it off, and put the kids to bed, But honestly, it's just looking at it and being honest with yourself and going, is this a legitimate complaint, or is this just me not wanting to do something? I want to come home and just sit on the couch rather than do this, or I want to go here instead of do that. So I think 90% of the time that's the case. And like I said, just walk it off and be supportive and do the right thing.
You guys say it again and y'all work through it. JD,
Yeah.
so he gets the question here. What would you do when blitzing a woman and they ask, So you think I'm fat?
Your daddy gets that all the time.
No. If I think you're fat, absolutely not. Personally, is there anything, any section of your body that you want to fix? Whether you're male, female, young, old, every single one of us have something that we want to fix. I'm not approaching you because I think you're fat. I'm approaching you because I think you can use this. I'm approaching you because I know you want this. It just takes, you gotta blitz everybody. Big, small, young, old, everybody. You never know who's gonna say yes, you never know who's gonna say no. That skinny person that you think, oh, she doesn't need that, you don't know that. You don't know what that person needs until you walk up to them and say, hey, this is what I do. As far as, do I think you're fat? Like I said, no, absolutely not. Everyone is beautiful in their own skin. I mean, I see people for who they are, not for what they look like. It's as simple as that. For me, anyways, you know, I mean, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about
How you
anything.
gonna be?
Yeah.
And this next one, before I do this question, I'm gonna steal this from our buddy Mike Patillo over there. This next question is about blitzing, and it's about everything in this business. You have to get out there. So everybody remember you have to, and repeat after me. Blitz, wrap, repeat. So on that, I'm going to ask each one of you guys on blitzing, how do you go about doing it? I know JD, you just kind of went through that.
Yeah, you just walk up to everybody. Like I said, you never know who's going to say yes. You just never know until you take that step and walk up to someone and say, hey, you know, this is what I do, this is what I'm offering. If you're interested, give me a call. Keep the conversation short, simple. Some people, my wife likes to kind of overcomplicate it sometimes, and you know, I just try to drag on. Come on, baby, you gotta finish grocery shopping. You know, they do too. You know, but keep it short and simple. You know, if you start rambling, then they get aggravated, and they're just like, okay, I'm just gonna take it so they can leave me alone. You know, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it simple.
Thank you.
So I think I have two things. One, make sure you're always wearing your work shirts or whatever you wear that has something on, because so many people will ask you, what is it works or what works? I get that one all the time, what works? So that's number one, and that opens up a conversation that you can have with them. And number two is just everywhere you go, especially if you don't want to walk up to random people at first, because that is very hard. It's still hard for me to this day. So if you're going through a drive-thru, if you're going to the bank, if you're going to the convenience store, just hand them a Blitz card. My wife wants me to get these out, or anything, just tell them something that they, you know, that will make them accept it, and then move on. Because I just find that's easier. Now, I have gotten to where I try to start blitzing people now, so it's taken me a long time to work into that, but you have to start out somewhere.
Yeah, blitzing's hard for me. I've been looking for a place to hide since I came up here. So, typically, what I do is I wear my shirts to the gym. Kind of wait for people to come talk to me about it. Put products on my desk at the office. Energy drinks or whatever. Just changing it out on my desk. Talking to guys in the military or at work that mention they have stay-at-home wives or you know, they're newly married or they have new kids and people who are in the same situation as me. So just try to take those opportunities and talk. As far as going, you know, doing like Eric and Brendan playing, dropping Blitz cards on the beach. I don't do that, but I'm gonna try to get there.
But yeah, and me on wearing the clothes, I mean, today on the way over here, me and my father-in-law,
Omaha keeps that one.
we stopped at Best Buy to buy the little clicker, and cashier thought that was what it was. And I don't know if he showed up here or not, but he said he may. And then also we went and stopped right after that and got Cowboys, and looks like we're going to be having some customers from that place. They're supposed to be calling Jen today, so that's another good one. But one thing that I do, because I don't do It Works full time, but I'm in sales, and I make it a point to leave list cards on my seats in my car. But every time somebody gets in my car, I purposely put them there so they have to move, and I get a lot of questions. So that's the easy one. So, but that's it. If anybody, guys, you need any help with your husbands or anything like that, we're here. Brian, myself, I'm sure these guys, now that they're veterans, are interested in helping out as well. So, thank you.
All right, so this next little thing, we're going to do the name of It Works. And what I wanted to do here, since, you know, a lot of times it's perception, it's a woman's business. I wanted to get a couple of guys that have never been on stage before. So everybody, give it up for the guys that are about to come up. Brian Gibbs, Ryan Western, and J.P. Harwood.
Okay, everybody can hear me?
Yep.
Good. So this first little question, we're going to all answer and take a turn at this one. So I'll start this one off. So the first one is, how long did it take you to get on board? And then what was your first aha moment? So for me, I remember clear as day. I was sitting, working at the kitchen table, and Jen came up and showed me Jess's first little post about It Works on Facebook. And she says, hey, I want to do this. I said, that's fine, call up Jess and buy some wraps. She's like, no, I want to do this. And, she had done several marketing, network marketing businesses before that failed. So I was like, well, how much is this going to cost me? And so she told me at the time you could boost in only $400. And so about a month and a half later, she gave me my $500 initial investment back. And then what really got my attention was that 2-month check where she went emerald and made like $2,000, like that, in 2 months. So that's what took me to really get on board, and ever since then it's been nonstop, and we haven't looked back. So with that, I guess, Ryan, what's yours?
So Lauren signed up in July or so, and probably about 3 months in, I finally really got on board. I was never against her joining, but I just wasn't, I guess, supportive. So I kind of have a business mind. I work in accounting, so I started reading the comp plan, the product catalogs, everything that I could get my hands on with It Works. And so at that point, I just saw how awesome the products were, and the comp plan was awesome. So I decided to join. I didn't really have one aha moment that made me join. Probably my latest aha moment though was at Green Coffee. I know a lot of people have said that, but when you see people on stage who are normal people, and you can see yourself up there, because anybody can get up there, that was probably my biggest aha moment so far.
It took me a while to get on board. I was always supportive, but to actually kind of bite and really go that extra mile was probably this past January at the at the university in Dallas. And it's kind of my same aha moment with having there, watching Pam do the Ruby breakout, and just making it simple. So I am in the military. I like things simple. I like things explained to me simple, and that really made sense to me. That was really simple. You can make it far. You can make it far. Nothing changes. You do this, X, Y, and Z, and you're gonna get everything that you want out of this company and then some.
It took me probably 6 to 8 months to actually jump on board with Brit. I was totally against it. She tried other marketing companies and it just didn't work. So when she said, I want to do this, I was like, I don't think so. I'm glad she did. Even if she stays where she's at for the rest of her life doing what she does, she loves it. She loves changing people's lives. I love seeing her change people's lives. It's changed our lives. My aha moment for actually jumping on board with her was, I want to say it was Green Carpet 2013 when we went. It was 14. We went, and just being surrounded by so many positive people, it is so hard not to just be like, well, we can do this. If they can do it, we can do it. Anybody can do it. You just have to step out in faith and just say, I'm not going to make an excuse, and just do it. It's as simple as that. Just do it.
Thank you. This next question is for Ryan, and it's, what do you do to contribute daily to the business, and how do you support your wife?
So, I'm different than a lot of the guys in this business, and I try to work this business just as much as her. I add people on Facebook, I message people, I post Facebook statuses. I try to do it all, but we found a good balance of housework, taking care of the kids, working the business, everything. So, basically, neither one of us get burned out on one thing. So, if she's doing housework, I'm working the business. If I'm taking care of the kids, she's working the business. We found a good balance. And I guess the way that I support her is just being there for her. I think that's the most important thing. So if she's had a bad day, I'm there for her. I'm there with her to try to lift her up. If she's had a great day, I'm there to celebrate those days with her. One of the things that we were challenged to do after Green Carpet was to pray together every night. And that's one thing that we started that has really grown our business and has really grown our relationship. So one of the things that I think that really does for us is it confirms to each other and it confirms to God that we're committed to this business and committed to helping people. So, and I think, being consistent every day, us being able to work the business together really helps us stay consistent, and that's really what this business is about, is every single day.
Thank you. Speaking about Green Carpet, I see you still have your band on. What's that all about?
Well, we decided to leave them on. I actually haven't decided when I'm taking mine off. I think Lauren's going to take hers off when she gets to January.
This next question is for Brian Gibbs. And it's, how do you avoid getting aggravated with Erica? Working on her phone all the time.
I think he summed it up. He answered my question for me. Going to these events, you hear a lot of really moving stories that talk about how this company, the people in this company, it will change your life, it changes your lifestyle. The thing I don't hear a lot is how it changes your routine. And to me, routine is important. And so being on the phone, it changes our routine, it changes our responsibilities up. And I just have to take a step back, put myself in her shoes. I just finished crossed 18 years with the military. She's been through deployments and mobilizations and moves and really bad jobs. So I try to put myself in her shoes and just go, suck it up, rub some dirt on it, walk it off, and put the kids to bed, you know. But honestly, it's just looking at it and being honest with yourself and going, is this a legitimate complaint, or is this just me not wanting to do something? I would want to come home and just sit on the couch rather than do this, or I want to go here instead of do that. So I think 90% of the time that's the case. And like I said, just walk it off and be supportive and do the right thing.
You guys stay together, y'all work through it. JD,
Yeah,
so he gets the question here. What would you do when blitzing a woman and they ask, so you think I'm fat?
Your daddy gets that all the time.
No. If I think you're fat, absolutely not. Personally, is there anything, any section of your body that you want to fix? Whether you're male, female, young, old, every single one of us have something that we want to fix. I'm not approaching you because I think you're fat. I'm approaching you because I think you can use this. I'm approaching you because I know you want this. It just takes, you gotta blitz everybody. Big, small, young, old, everybody. You never know who's gonna say yes, you never know who's gonna say no. That skinny person that you think, she doesn't need that, you don't know that. You don't know what that person needs until you walk up to them and say, hey, this is what I do. As far as, do I think you're fat? Like I said, no, absolutely not. Everyone is beautiful in their own skin. I mean, I see people for who they are, not for what they look like. It's as simple as that. For me, anyways, you know, I mean, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about
How you
anything.
gonna be?
Yeah.
And this next one, before I do this question, I'm gonna steal this from our buddy Mike Patillo over there. This next question is about blitzing, and it's about everything in this business. You have to get out there. So everybody remember you have to, and repeat after me. Blitz, wrap, repeat. So on that, I'm going to ask each one of you guys on blitzing, how do you go about doing it? I know JD, you just kind of went through that.
Yeah, you just walk up to everybody. Like I said, you never know who's going to say yes. You just never know until you take that step and walk up to someone and say, hey, you know, this is what I do, this is what I'm offering. If you're interested, give me a call. Keep the conversation short, simple. Some people, my wife likes to kind of overcomplicate it sometimes, and, you know, I just try to drag it on, come on, baby, gotta finish grocery shopping, you know, they do too, you know, but keep it short and simple. You know, if you start rambling, then they get aggravated, and they're just like, okay, I'm just gonna take it so they can leave me alone, you know. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it simple.
Thank you.
So I think I have two things. One, make sure you're always wearing your work shirt or whatever you wear that has something on, because so many people will ask you, what is it works or what works? I get that one all the time, what works? So that's number one, and that opens up a conversation that you can have with them. And number two is just everywhere you go, especially if you don't want to walk up to random people at first, because that is very hard. It's still hard for me to this day. So if you're going through a drive-thru, if you're going to the bank, if you're going to the convenience store, just hand them a Blitz card. My wife wants me to get these out, or anything, just tell them something that they that will make them accept it and then move on. Because I just find that's easier. Now, I have gotten to where I try to start blitzing people now, so it's taken me a long time to work into that, but you have to start out somewhere.
Yeah, blitzing's hard for me. I've been looking for a place to hide since I came over here. So, typically what I do is I wear my shirts to the gym. Kind of wait for people to come talk to me about it. Put products on my desk at the office. Energy drinks or whatever. Just changing it out on my desk. Talking to guys in the military or at work that mention they have stay-at-home wives or they're newly married or they have new kids and people who are in the same situation as me. So just try to take those opportunities and talk. As far as going, doing like Eric and Brendan playing dropping bliss cards on the beach, I don't do that, but I'm gonna try to get there.
But yeah, and me on wearing the clothes, I mean, today on the way over here, me and my father-in-law, we stopped at Best Buy to buy the little clicker, and cashier talked to that, that's what it was. And I don't know if he showed up here or not, but he said he may. And then also we went and stopped right after that and got Cowboys, and looks like we're going to be having some customers from that place. They're supposed to be calling again today, so that's another good one. But one thing that I do, because I don't do it works full time, but I'm in sales, and I make it a point to leave blitz cards on my seats in my car. But every time somebody gets in my car, I purposely put them there so they have to move, and I get a lot of questions. So that's the easy one. So, but that's it. Anybody, guys, you need any help with your husbands or anything like that, we're here, Brian, myself, I'm sure these guys know that they're veterans, are interested in helping out as well, so thank you.
Thank you all, that was awesome. Okay, I'm so excited for this. It's our first time to try it. Social media panel. Katie Fontenot has some awesome stuff she wants to show y'all. And Ashley Jacobs, yes. I thought I'd be more comfortable standing. There's a lot of people. Social media is super important. Whenever I run this business, my son was only 3 weeks old, so I didn't have time to do parties or anything. Well, I guess that was just my excuse. But since I started this business, about 99% of my success has been from social media. And I thought I was good at first until we went to a conference in January and we were introduced to our new social media guru, John Eric. That's a picture of him. I can't see, but I think it's mine of him. And ever since he's come into this business and helping us with social media, I feel like my social media success has grown like so much since then. We have what's on there, you can see it up there, the 100-day social media adventure. It's something that he came up with, I guess, with other people. And whenever you sign up, it is $99 if you miss the $50 conference thing. But each day, whenever you sign up, you get a video a day, and it's going to help you for 100 days, and it's going to teach you how to use Facebook, how to use Instagram, basically every social tool that we have out there. And if you really are good with Facebook or you don't know if you're doing it right, he's the one that's going to tell you if you're doing it right or not. And I love it. I still pay the $7.99 a month to watch his videos whenever I want to. And that's what the Adventure Support is for, that you're going to be paying that $7.99 a month after that to keep on getting his videos, being able to access everything. So after our list conference in January, he was saying things like share your adventure rather than being too adsy on Facebook. And I guess I didn't realize what that was until I started sharing more. I started sharing more pictures of myself. I started sharing more pictures of the people I get to meet in this business. And basically, I was just sharing my journey through It Works rather than just posting pictures of what I had for sale or before and afters. And he gives a lot of great tips. And if you haven't listened to the family call from last week, I suggest that you go and listen to it because it was Pam Satter with John and Eric last week, last Monday. It was the Show Me the Money call. And he said some more things on there that basically gave me an aha moment where, yes, he's giving you all these tips for success on how to be successful with social media, but these are just the tools to enhance everything that we have, which is blitzing and wrapping and repeating that process. So don't forget, even though that you're super good at social media, don't forget that you have the tools already to be successful with this business, which is your blitz cards and your wraps that you need to get out there. So definitely look into the $99 adventure. Super worth the investment, and I think y'all would enjoy it. Oh yes, and you can sell this as a social customer now. You can go to anyone that you know, whether they own their own business or whether they're in another network marketing company. This will teach them how to use social media as well. And if they become a social customer, you'll get $99 BB from that. 99 BB, same thing. But you can market this to other people. It's going to be under your pack section. And you just give people your website like you would a loyal customer, a retail customer, and they can actually boost your volume from that as well. Okay.
So at Green Carpet, guys, I believe she was an ambassador. We were talking about how when we do drawings, if they don't win, you can call and say, hey, you didn't win, but you can buy a wrap. And then we were just kind of laughing because we're like, in what other business can you call somebody that they didn't win and say, hey, you didn't win, but you can still pay me? And so it's kind of the same thing with that. You can say, hey, you might sell X, Y, and Z, but guess what? Like, we have something that can help your business too. And they don't technically have to be your It Works customer. So talk to your friends that sell other stuff. One of the things that I'm going to go over is how social media is so important for your business. I know the majority of us in here have gotten the majority of our business from social media. If you haven't, tops off to you or hats off to you, because it's a lot easier for people that have full-time jobs to post on Facebook and build it up at first like that. That's exactly what I did, and if any of y'all haven't heard of Hootsuite or Buffer, go ahead in the App Store right now and download it, because that takes that excuse out of your book of what to say why you can't do it. Because it allows you to schedule your post and it posts them for you. So then you won't be able to say, oh, well, I have a full-time job, I couldn't post this week. So that's just one of the ways that we can kind of get it out of there. Social media, guys, it's funny, people like to see you spend time with your family, they like to see you spend time with your kids. So post more about the little adventures that It Works is giving you. If you get to go eat lunch with your son, take a picture with him, post It Works. Thanks for It Works, thank gosh I can do this, X, Y, and Z. Another reason social media, everybody keeps talking about consistency. When you're handing out blitz cards, you want to make sure you're getting their name, say they can be entered into a free drawing, follow up with those people. But with social media, you have an audience watching you every single day. So use that audience to your advantage, and don't forget that, okay? If you have Upline, for example, or other It Works sisters, you can tell when people aren't focused on the business by how much they're posting. Your audience is watching that and noticing that, and they'll go to the wrap person next to you that is consistent and is posting and is showing how It Works is changing their lives.
That was really good. The next one is how do I stand out? Okay, so this is good for a lot of people who say, okay, there's so many distributors already that sell in my area. Well, the thing is, in this past green carpet, John Eric was talking about how there are, like a normal person on a regular day basis sees about 5,000 ads a day. And you look and you think, wow, that's crazy, there's no way. But from radio stations to TV to billboards to anything and everything, going through Facebook, they will see multiple ads a day. And what we're trying to do is trying to get you to not be that person, to not be the next ad, to where someone wants to actually engage into your adventure, into what you're posting. So the next few slides that we have are we're gonna be showing you like pretty much examples of how not to be so adsy on Facebook and how to stand out and what to share rather than sharing before and after pictures all day long. People are gonna get aggravated with you if that's all you're doing is posting before and after pictures. They, especially if they aren't your customers. And you're just saying, oh wow, look at this before and after picture, or you don't even know their name or how many wraps they tried. So make sure you try to be more creative with your posts. And that's what I use Buffer for a lot, which is another posting app. Like if I know I'm going to be super busy the next day, what I'll do is I'll schedule posts and I'll sit there and I'll think about it for an hour or two of what's going to catch someone's eye, what's going to be more creative, and how do I stand out among all the other distributors and among all the other network marketing friends that I have on Facebook. So me and Ashley are going to go over I pressed that button. No, it's not a video. Sorry. Okay. Okay, me and Ashley are just going to kind of take turns on why this post stood out.
So she starts off with, first of all, you can see her kids involved with it. It's not just an ad. Most of the time when you're going through Facebook, if you see just a picture with words, you're going to scroll right past it. You're not going to read it. So this will get your attention even if you don't know it has anything to do with It Works. And then she kind of goes into talking about how her little girl is wearing a t-shirt. And that kind of shows also that your family can be involved in It Works as well.
Yeah, super important. Even if you're just like going to the zoo or something and you have the It Works shirt on, you can still talk about It Works without actually talking about It Works. So people will get to see you and your kid, or you with your family on an outing, whatever you're going to do. You don't have to have a bunch of money and go on all these super big vacations to be able to share your adventure. It could just be you watching TV with your son or your daughter, or even your sister or whoever, and saying that you have that freedom. And even if you don't, you know that you're working towards that freedom and you can't wait to get to where you want to be. So just sharing that adventure is something that's going to help. Which is, this comes to this picture. Basically, all she's doing is taking a picture of her and her daughter saying they're going to get haircuts together. And she's super excited for the It Works financial situation where she can go and do that with her daughter on their free time. And this is something that stood out to me. Like, I went through hundreds of hashtags of It Works Adventure, and this was something that I found that I would like. If I was scrolling through Facebook, I would like it and then actually go back and look at the picture to see, okay, what is she really doing? She's going to get a haircut with her little girl. And it's as simple as that, doing something like that rather than doing 10 before and after pictures a day. So this is another one.
Okay, so this is Allie and Tristan. This is actually a green carpet, and here you can see they're showing their excitement. They look enthused in the picture. They're not just kind of like, oh yay, so it works. That you can tell by the picture and their facial expressions that they are excited about what they're doing, that they are enjoying it, and they're actually making money doing it. And that sells, guys. If you're enjoying what you're doing and you're making money and you show people that, it'll be fine. You'll do great. Allie's goal is actually to be one of the youngest top money earners in this company. So she's really nice.
And people want to actually see your dreams and your goals rather than you just saying, okay, I'm a NewWorks distributor. But what are your goals? What are your dreams in the company? Share that on a daily basis. Tell people what you want to do. And if there is someone out there that has the same goals and dreams as you, they will feel that connection with you, and that's whenever they'll send you a message and ask you about what is It Works Global. You're on your way to this big adventure, and that's something that I want to do. So make sure that you're sharing that as well. This is Alyssa Biliu. This is one girl that I follow every day on Facebook, and I steal most of her posts, which you can do. There's this saying where you have to, like, you can still be a copycat in the business, but you have to copy the right cat. And I love that saying, but I follow about 50 top money earners in this business, and I put their thing that shows first. There's a new little store thing where you can actually go on their Facebook and see their post the first thing whenever you get on Facebook. So every morning I get on Facebook, I see that top money earners have already posted, so I'm like, oh, well, I better get on the ball now and start posting. And I'll go and I'll look at their pictures, and I'll try to get basically just ideas on what I should post on social media. And it's working for them, so why wouldn't it work for you? And so that's something that I do. They steal pictures just as much as I do. So if they have like a really good picture, taking it of just greens or whatever, I'll go and I'll take a picture of my greens and it looks similar, and I'll say the same thing. But here she is, she's sharing her accomplishments. She's a presidential diamond in the company. She's also a blogger and an author, and she has a lot of likes on this picture. But she's just talking about how she went to another state in the middle of the week with her little girl, having the freedom to just go to the zoo and doing whatever she wanted. And I know Jessica and Ryan have a lot of freedom, and they get to do that as well. They're always posting about that. But just sharing your accomplishments. Like, once you get that accomplishment, just show it out there and just share it all the time.
Okay, so show them that it's easy. Guys, think back to when you first joined. How long did you watch somebody before you joined, and what post made you actually join? And remember that and try and post like that, like what caught your attention. Show them how easy it is to be a distributor. Whenever you sign a distributor, kind of like this picture, post a picture of it and say like, woohoo, just got a new person on my team, and show them the excitement and show them that it happens. Show them that you can do it from your couch while scrolling through Facebook. Show them that it's not something that you have to dedicate to 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. You can fit it around when you go to the zoo in a different state. You can work that day. You can blitz while you're going to the zoo. So just show them that this company, the reason we don't want to be at 8 to 5 is because it's not easy with our lives and our families, and this company is. So make sure you're remembering to show them the little easy path that It Works gives you as well, and how easy it is to work it, whether you have a family, whether you have a job, whether you have anything, a car, whatever. So if they don't have a cell phone, they can go to the library.
Okay. How do I share without being just another ad? So I kind of went over this already on how like you want to stand out and be different instead of like there are still some girls who are guys who focus too much on these kinds of pictures. Oh, yeah. They'll focus on like long like pictures where people will not even take the time to read that. So if you're still posting things like that, that's boring and no one really cares. They're just going to keep scrolling through it. They're not going to take the time and read what a loyal customer is. They're not going to take the time and read the ingredients in a wrap. They're not going to take the time to read why greens are good for you. It's always better to just take a picture of yourself or your kids drinking the greens. Get it okayed by your pediatrician if you're doing that. But it's better for them. They'll stop at that picture and they might read it, but they'll definitely read it before one of these pictures. And another thing is, it was supposed to be at the bottom, but it got kind of cut off. But it was the pregnancy picture, what you can take whenever you're pregnant. We are not allowed to post that because anything that any pregnant woman wants to take, you have to ask your doctor. And I've gotten a lot of stuff okayed by mine. So if you see me sharing the greens, like me drinking it or whatever, it's because I asked my doctor. So don't just assume because I'm doing it that it's okay for everyone to do it. So make sure that you're not posting because if you go to Pinterest, you'll see a lot of pictures like this that are boring and not as exciting. And that's why I always go back to following top money earners in the business, whether it's someone on our team or whether it's someone on our sidelines, uplines, whatever. You'll get more attention rather than just posting things like that, especially whenever you don't even put a description with it and you just post a picture. No one's definitely going to look at that. And then Ashley's going to talk about what to post on Facebook.
Okay, one thing before I forget, guys, John Eric at Green Carpet stressed to us how important it is to use emojis if your phone uses them when you're posting because it catches people's attention. So make sure you're adding those in there and also adding a location to your pictures if you can on some sites such as like Instagram because people can pull stuff up by that. So it increases your chances of more people seeing it. So what to post? We've kind of went over it a little bit. But you can see here, these people are posting their accomplishments, their families, it's pictures of them, it's talking about the adventures they're having. It's not just the pictures that Katie was showing you. So it's more interesting if you kind of think in your head, if you were on your feed, what would you stop and look at? Try and make your post more like that. Remember, you're trying to, show people that you're enjoying your job and you're having fun doing it. So just remember, before you post something, kind of look at it and ask yourself, would this catch my attention? If it doesn't, rethink the post and try and do something that would catch your attention, guys.
I'm going to kind of go over these posts really quickly. The first one at the top is something that Candace wrote. She did this the other day and I loved it so much. She put a picture of Stephanie Dunn. She just turned Black Diamond. And then she did another picture of the 20-year-old who just became presidential and now making $17 grand a month. And then she put her picture on the side of it. And she was basically saying, all these people are successful, so why can't I be successful? I'm going to get there. She posted her goals, she knows it's going to happen, and she put her picture right on the side of theirs, and she's ready for that adventure. The next one is by Destiny, just posting a selfie, like she's at a green carpet talking about the fight song, if none of y'all have gotten into it yet. And then Erica's sitting there listening to a team call saying she has no excuses, she has her earphones in. People want to see that this business is easy, so if you have kids, they want to see that you're able to do this business even when you have kids, and trust me, starting a business when your child's only 3 weeks old was difficult, but I made it happen, and other women in this business make it happen, so there are no excuses. The bottom side, Jessica, like I said, they're always posting really good things about her and her family and the adventures they get to take now. They got to move to their dream home in Florida, and so awesome to watch, and she's always posting about their adventure. Brittany is posting about her before and after pictures. A lot of people, even some of my new distributors, come to me and they say they're scared to post their before and after pictures. You just have to get over that fear and know whenever you do that, that you're opening other people's eyes and they're seeing that you're actually comfortable with yourself now that you've gotten to that point. And I love watching your journey through Facebook because it's so awesome. And then we have Jen just sharing pictures of her kids and Jessica and Ryan's kids, how they get along so much just because of this business. So that's it. Yeah. But social media is amazing. Just try to use it to your benefit. If you don't know how to use it, definitely invest into the 100-day social media. That's what it's there for. So thank you.